Exodus 2. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and tooketh to be his woman a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived, and bore a son. And when she saw that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could no longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and putteth the child therein, and she laid it in the reeds by the river's brink. And his sister stood afar off, to wit what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river side. And when she saweth the ark among the reeds, she sendeth her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saweth the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Ephraim children. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call you a nurse of the Ephraim women, that she may nurseth the child for you? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go. And the maid went and calledeth the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Taketh this child away, and nurse it for me, and I will give you at your wages. And the woman took the child, and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moshe. And she said, Because I drew him out of the water. And it came to pass in those days, when Moshe was grown, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked on their burdens. And he spied a Mitzri smiting an Ivri, one of his brethren. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Mitzri, and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Ephraim strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, Wherefore smite you your fellow? And he said, Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Intend you to kill me as you killedeth the Mitzri? And Moshe feared, and said, Surely this thing is known. Now when Pharaoh heardeth this thing, he sought to slayeth Moshe. But Moshe fled from the face of Pharaoh, and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and filleth the troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moshe stood up and helped them, and watered their flock. And when they came to Reuel their father, he said, How is it that you're come so soon today? And they said, A Mitzri delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and watereth the flock. And he said unto his daughters, And where is he? Why is it ye have lefteth the man? Call him, that he may eat bread. And Moshe was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moshe Zipporah his daughter. And she bore him a son, and he called his name Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. And it came to pass in the process of time that the king of Mitzrayim died, and the children of Yasharel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto Elohim by reason of the bondage. And Elohim heardeth their groaning, and Elohim remembered his covenant with Abraham, and Yitzhak, and with Yaakov. And Elohim looked upon the children of Yasharel, and Elohim had respect unto them.